All right, hi everyone. So I have a little emergency to deal with. My wife was out in the van the other day, and she said they heard a noise and the AC stopped working. So I'm gonna kind of show you what we've got for the symptoms, and then see if my diagnosis is correct, and then how to fix it. So thanks for joining, and we'll see what this adventure takes us on today. All right, so we're gonna start it. I got the air off. What tells me is probably my blower motor is the fact that the rear air has air flowing out of it, but up here we've got nothing. Got it on high, max, there's nothing. If you go down the road, the air that's flowing through when you have it on outside air, it's kind of somewhat cool, but it's only because you're moving. So pretty sure the blower motor's gone. So I'm going to show you how that's done. It doesn't look like it's a hard deal, so it should only take about 10 minutes. All right, so if it's the blower motor, which is what I think, the blower motor's right here, so it's really not a very difficult change out, but like I said, most of the videos I do will be things like this. So I'm going to start with needing a number 10 millimeter socket for this right here. So I'm going to take that off. This will slide out. I'm going to leave it connected, and then we're going to go get the rest of the other bolts off. So what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to take this off here. Unfortunately, the best time to do these kind of repairs is when the engine's cold, but it's kind of warm because we just driving. So all right, so I've got that off. So as you can see, this slides out. Just got these plastic tabs and all the hoses for the radiator, so that'll be fine. So here's your blower motor right here. It's probably been replaced once already. And I've got a couple bolts to take off. Looks like 1, 2, 3, and we've only got 3. So I'm gonna get that, get those off there, and then see what our next step is. I'm looking for a plug, but this one is plugged in over here, so I'm not 100% sure if this pushes together here, but we'll look at that in a moment. All right, so believe it or not, these are 5.5 millimeter screws here, which I don't have a 5.5 millimeter. I don't think the average American has one, but maybe they do. So I'm using a 7/32, which is a little loose, but it'll do the job. So that you're aware of that. Yeah, it's already coming loose. Good. All right. It's here. Get this off. All right. This hose comes off, so there's the rest of it. And I believe this comes off all the way around it, but there's our motor. I'm assuming this is what went wrong because it's not blowing any air. So I'm gonna take a look at this and see about getting the rest of this off, and then we'll get back. The blower motor out. This hose was around here. Take that off because you can reuse that. I have a difference though with the blower motors. I'm truly pretty positive this blower motor is bad. So it's hardwired in. This one is. Someone may have spliced it in here once before. Couldn't tell. I didn't take this cut off, but what I'm going to do is just splice it back in. The new one I have has a plug on it, designed for a vehicle with a plug, which I don't have. But I tested this motor. I hooked it up to a battery. It is not turning. It is not working. There is power here, but there is no action with the motor. So I'm pretty sure it's dead. So what I had to do is cut my wires, and I've exposed them here. And I'll show you what I did with the new motor. So here's my new motor. It had a plug on it, which I cut off. This is not the preferred plug. And I did notice on some of these folks had wires. I don't know. Again, you have a used vehicle, you never know what someone else did. So I cut the plug off. We're not going to use that. I'm going to go ahead and bolt the motor on, put it back on. So we're going to put our hose back on here like this. Get it hooked up here. All right. This, I believe, sits about right here. There we go. So it kind of sits in place with these notches fitting, and then this hose will go right on here. I'm sorry. That hose will go on there. This will go here and here. You are supposed to have a, like I said, a 5.5 millimeter socket to do this. I do not have one, so what I'm using is a 7/32 size socket in order to get these on. So we'll put these back on. I'm going to hook up my wires with wire nuts. I might come back at another point and solder it. I don't know if I called the part store when I saw that I didn't have a plug. Called another part store and theirs has a plug on it as well. So I don't know if different years or different points in the history of these wonderful motors, when they had plugs and they didn't, if someone cut the plug and already spliced it in once before. So I am gonna do the same. It's not what I would recommend, but I really need to get this AC working on the van, so I don't have a family riding around without AC. All right, so there, these are in, hoses on, hoses in here, that's strapped around there. I have 2 wire nuts. It's color coded. Is not going to be hard. I might have to cut. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut more of the plastic off the wires, and then we're going to test it and make sure it works. All right, so I've cut back more of the wires there. There we go. Put that one on. Put these two together here real quick. Put this wire nut on. These are the correct size, or perfect size for it. So there we go. We're wire nutted in. So we're gonna test it out and see if it works. Pause it. All right, so we definitely have, the blower motor is working, and I'll show you what's going on there in the inside. Got the air on, and there is airflow. So we did not have airflow. It did turn out that, as I suspected, the air was off. I got a wipe here I can blow, but you can see the air is blowing. Was not blowing before, and so speeds work. It's on cold, so sorry, my camera pointed in the wrong spot. So there you go, quick install. Like I said, I did have to modify, cut the plug off in order to get this motor mounted in, but it's still safe to do that. So took me a little longer just because I had to test the motor. I didn't want to just cut the plug on the new motor and then not be able to return it. It's a $73 motor, bought at the local parts store, and works great. That one has a limited lifetime warranty, so hopefully we won't need it. But our van has had quite a few repairs over the years, but I'm thankful it works, and now the family doesn't have to drive around with no AC. So I appreciate you watching. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Little things like this, you know, I may fix something on a boat or whatnot, repair stuff in the house, review a product I just bought. But hope you all enjoyed the video. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.